on, everybody? DjGoHam here. Welcome back to the channel. It's Weekend Farms and News, baby. I have no explanation for what that was. Today, we're going to take a look at the biggest news and top stories that came out this week in Farming Simulator. We're also going to take a look at the top-rated and top-ranking mods that came out this week for all platforms. So, let's jump right in. Let's start off with something really odd for a weekend review video. The mods and testing list. That's right. The testing list dropped pretty late on Friday, meaning that these mods are still relevant, and these are still the ones that they're working on or going to be working on at the start of the day on Monday. All console mods either passed or failed on Friday, so all mods on the testing list, at least today, are still in stage 1 of testing. Some notable mods include the CSZ Implements Pack additional features, Extended Oil Plant, and Hay Wagon Ride. Also in testing, we have the John Deere 959 MB, Lizard 320 Excavator, Lizard F600 V8 Truck 1961, and the New Holland CX8 series. Rounding out the testing list, we have the Pallet Factory, Planet Modular Biogas Plant, and the realistic John Deere 6R series. Big name for just a mod, and I'm really interested to see what makes it so realistic. Maps in testing right now include Pacuri Farm 2K22, Medvedin, Old Kiwi Farm, and the Perimbos map. With all that being said, we still have 138 mods sitting waiting to be tested, and the current average waiting time of newly submitted mods is down to 3 work days. Over the past week, we've had 84 new and updated mods released on the Mod Hub, and today we're going to take a look at the top 5 new mods for all platforms that I think that everybody should download and at least try once. Plus, we're going to go over the top voted and highest ranking new mods for all platforms according to the community as a whole. So, let's jump right in. The first mod I think you should go download right now is the Lizard Protector 90, aka the Land Rover Defender 90 from AF Modding. This is, as far as I can remember, the first thing for all platforms with flashers for police lights and things like that. There's also a few different liveries you can put on, including construction, police, and rescue. It's just a fun vehicle overall. If you want to roleplay or just have a great time, check out this mod. It's got 527 votes with an average rating of 4.8 stars. Next up is the Lizard T2000 semi-truck from Hispano Modding. This is a modern semi-truck based off the Kenworth T2000, and it's got tons of options all over, from engines, wheels, chassis, exhaust, fenders, windows, etc, etc, etc. There's so much control over the look and appearance of this truck. No wonder it has become such a popular truck on ModHub in less than a week. Currently, it's got 322 votes with an average rating of 4.6 stars. Thirdly on the list today is the John Deere 5060 STS Series Combine Harvester from Sid Modding. This was actually removed when it released earlier this week because it had a Crary grain tank, but then the next day, Crary became a licensed brand in the game. However, by then, Sid had already removed the Crary tank so it could be on console, so expect to see an update soon to add that back. The Combine has got so much more going on than that, though. It's got a very cheap starting price, tons of configurations and animations, everything works on this thing. Plus, it's got a max capacity of up to 19,121 liters. This thing's a beast. Currently, it's got 374 votes with an average rating of 4.8 stars. Fourth on the list is the John Deere 172016 R30 2012, man oh man, that's a name, planter from JHHG Modding. What's left to be said that hasn't already been said about this mod? It's a large stack fold planter with a working width of 12 meters, options for every little thing that you can think of on it, and it is a 1-to-1 real-life variant. Pair that together with realistic lights, sounds, particle animation, and prices, and you've got a great John Deere planter for all platforms. This mod has currently got 130 votes with a 4.9 star rating. And lastly, we've got the John Deere 4370 Sawbuck. This mod completely blew me away when it dropped earlier this week. With a Sawbuck included that can be controlled literally anywhere on the map, even if the two mods are far apart. You can even control the trailer and Sawbuck from the cabin of your truck or whatever you're pulling it with. It's got the fifth wheel. There's even a ruler that goes plus or minus 10 meters in either direction of the saw. If you're doing logging of any kind, you 100% need to have this mod in your mod folders. It's currently got 58 votes with a 4.6 star rating, and it may be the most underrated mod of the week. These are just my top 5 mods of the week, but you may have a different list, and if you do, I'd love to hear it. Tell me what your top 5 mods are in the comment section below. Speaking of rated, I also wanted to showcase the top mods of the week for all platforms voted on by you, the community as a whole. I try to find mods with close to or above 100 votes to get a good average, but sometimes that just doesn't happen, and this week is one of them. The only 5-star rated mod this week was the Manure Plates mod from Fudso, and only had 8 votes. We did have quite a few 4.9 star rated mods, starting with the John John Deere 1720 16R30 2012 Lander from JHHD Modding with 130 votes. Next up, the Kloss C450 C600 Headers Pack from Watchstick with 55 votes. Thirdly is the Lizard CL42 Disc Arrow from HulseFS with 48 votes. Fourth was the Lizard Disc Arrow 2.5 from PuzzCap with 30 votes. And the only other mod for all platforms, new mod for all platforms with 4.9 star rating this week was the Pack of Small Buildings from Leo with 19 votes. Moving over to our 4.8 star rated mods, and we've got a total of 7 on this list this week. First is the Lizard Protector 90 from AF Modding, 529 votes. Secondly, the John Deere 5060 STS Series Combine Harvester from Sid Modding, 374 votes. Next up is another great underrated mod, the Green System PA Series Corn Headers from Farm Central Soul. They got 102 votes. Fourth was a mod that I thought was really cool, the Used Lift Platform from MX11 with 72 votes. Fifth on the list is the Nosh Cross Max 600 Disc Arrow from Vertex Design, 60 votes. Next to last, the Natural Water Plants from El Moonlight MA with 52 votes. And the last new mod to achieve a 4.8 star rating this week for all platforms was the Brochard EV2270 trailer from Nico Pixes with 21 votes. The next section today are the 5 mods that were voted on the most by you guys. We've actually got a tie for one of the spots. In the number 5 spot this week, we have the Backroads County map from FSG Modding, which has only been out for 2 days and already has 287 votes. Tied for third place with 322 votes each, we have the map Hillby Creek from Gamer Designs, which has been out for 4 days, and the Lizard T2000 from Hispano Modding Semi-Truck. This has also been out for 6 days and has 322 votes. The second most voted on mod this week for all platforms was the John Deere 5060 STS Series from Said Modding. It's got 374 votes, has been out for 7 days now. And the most voted on new mod on ModHub this week for all platforms was the Lizard Protector 90 from AF Modding with a total of 529 votes in just 5 days. Thank you to all the modders out there that work so hard to bring us, the community, new and updated mods every single week and almost every single day. And thank you to you guys who make the game so much better and so much fun to play. Y'all rock. All right, moving over to this week's top stories that you may have missed. Giants released a lot of information this week. From FarmCon videos to fact sheets, we got it all. On Tuesday, Giants released gameplay from their extended preview of the Platinum Edition machines for FarmCon. And if you missed it, they showed these off. The Volvo L200H wheel loader, an older model Volvo Globetrotter semi-truck from the late 80s, a John Deere 843L with the FD55 header, the John Deere 848L2 skidder, a winch/yarder, and the Impex Hannibal T50 wood harvester. A few of these tractors, vehicles, and machines and things we did know about, and a few of them we saw for the very first time a few weeks ago at the event. I know there's been a lot of buzz around the winch and the skidder as well and how they work, so hopefully we'll be getting more information and detailed gameplay showing off the physics. On Thursday, we got a closer look at the map coming with the Platinum expansion in November, Silverrun Forest. There's tons to do on this new map, including visiting the old iron ore mine, discovering the forest and using tree marking spray if you stumble on a deadwood, and of course, checking out the new forestry missions. You can also deliver some logs and build a ship or try out one of the other new production chains. John showed off a lot during the FarmCon 22 exclusive first look. We even got to see a new tractor come into the game, the Volvo BM2654. On Friday, we got our first fact sheets for the Vermeer DLC, which is going to be here in just like a week and a half. First up was the R2800 twin rig. Can be found in Windrose, going to cost $33,000, requires 80 horsepower. It's got a working width of 8 meters, max working speed of 10 miles per hour or 17 kilometers per hour, weighs 2 tons. Secondly was the 605N round baler. This could be found in balers, going to cost you $56,500, requires 100 horsepower. It makes 125, 150, and 180 centimeter round bales with a max working speed of 10 miles per hour or 17 kilometers per hour. Weighs 3.9 tons. And our last fact sheet this week was the BPX9010 bale processor. This is a straw blower. It's going to cost you $29,500. Requires a bit of horsepower, actually, 105 horses. It's got a capacity of 2 straw bales and weighs 2.4 tons. Also released this week was episode 24 of the Farming Simulator podcast, talking about how the podcast is going to be changing in the coming months and that it's going to be taking a 1-month break. The changes include things like the QA portion of the show, which will still be happening live. However, it's going to be in a separate live stream altogether, not part of the podcast anymore. Speaking of, they will also no longer be recording the podcast live in general. It will be releasing episodes only once a month, and this will allow them to make better, more evergreen content that players can go back and listen to for years to come. This week, we also got a new article in the Farming Simulator Academy for Logging 101, Planting Trees. In the article, they go over what you need for planting, including how long it takes to grow each tree and what can be harvested from each one as well. You can also use the landscaping tool shown here to place down different types of trees, how to pick up different equipment if you guys want to use something different, and so on. The Farming Simulator Academy is a great tool for beginners of any level, especially if you're wanting a refresher on a specific gaming mechanic, from harvesting to logging, whatever you guys want, it's in here. Just a quick, it's still there mention, the SteamDB Unknown App 2060-460 is still up and was last updated 13 days ago, almost 2 weeks ago when we first talked about it. This has got to be a new DLC of some sort, as that's what this page is for, but we already know all the stuff coming this year. Season Pass is complete, we even have pumps and hoses on the list. So, what do you think this could be? Saturdays here on the channel are for first looks, and yesterday we had not one but two of them. The Swather Pack from BC Builder Farms and the Start from Zero mod from Yoast Modding. If you haven't seen either of these videos yet, make sure you check those out after this one. This week we had some pretty cool and big projects announced and updated from modders all around the world, starting off with Casarius Modding and their Case IH 8900 series for all platforms. As of Tuesday evening, it had been submitted for testing for all platforms. This was a very popular tractor in FS19, and soon you'll be able to drive it again. Some notable features about this mod include different tire brands from Michelin, Continental, Trelleborg, and rebranded Firestones as Lizard tires. We're also going to have fenders, beacon lights, front options for rock box weights or nothing, exhaust pipes and rim colors, 2 different widths for the 2-wheel drive model, mirrors, monitors, quick hitch, and it's precision farming ready. EY Modding also made great progress this week on his red tractor, the International Farmall M Series. From what he's shown so far, he's going to be going with a narrow or wide front axle version of the tractor, and it's a little bit larger than the H Series that we've already got in the game. And we'll even be getting in a few other series as well. The MD Series and the MDV Series. These will all be included in the same pack for all platforms, and he says we'll be getting more information on these new additions soon. 82 Studio is continuing work on the TLX9000 Series semi-truck for all platforms, making its triumphant return to the Farming Simulator franchise. This mod is for FS22 only, as new mods are not being accepted anymore for FS19, at least from what I've heard. Over the last week or so, we've gotten a lot of work into this, and David's made great progress on the truck, including some extra configurations on the outside of the cab. It's got flames! Nice! But if you're looking for some old school liveries like the ones that came in the original Marmot, well, hey, you'll be getting those too. Custom Modding and others are one step closer to releasing a new brand into the game officially for all platforms. Crary and Honey Bee are now licensed brands for Farming Simulator 22, meaning that the headers that Custom Modding are working on will be coming soon to everybody once they pass testing. But these are not just for custom modding. Anybody can make anything Crary or Honey Bee, as we talked about Sid earlier in the video. So make sure you guys check all those out. Our last big story today and this week came from Oxygen David, who added not only rabbit husbandry to the game for his next map, Core Farms, but he's also now added goat husbandry as well. Just a quick refresher, rabbits do require food in the form of 60% grains, 30% hay, and 10% root crops. They will also require water. Rabbits are meant to be raised from babies and then sold for a profit. You can buy adult or baby rabbits. Goats, on the other hand, are a little bit different, but they're not any different from, like, cows, for example. They do require food and water. Their food consists of 30% hay, 60% grains, and 10% root crops. Goats can produce milk and then can be sold for money if you'd like to do that as well. How profitable it'll be for just selling them by themselves is unknown yet. Something else that isn't known yet is if you can buy baby goats, but since you can buy youth versions of literally every other animal in the game, I would assume so. And if you assumed that I would put a self-aware segue to the outro in a weekend review video, you'd be wrong. I don't know what that was. I save all the good stuff for during the week, so tune in Monday through Friday for regular Farm Sim News videos, and every Sunday for this, the Weekend Update video. Well guys, that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you're new. Join the DjGoHam fam. Make sure those notification bells are on as well. That way, you never miss daily Farming Simulator videos here on the channel. All being said, hope you have a great day. We will see you later. Peace! Starting to look like a mountain man a little bit. I think I need to shave.